HarperCollins presents Covert, The Psychology of War and Peace by A.S. Dulat, Asad Durrani and Neil K. Aggarwal. Narrated by Shubhankar for A.S. Dulat, Rajiv Dadia for Asad Durrani and Jonathan Rego for Neil K. Aggarwal. A note for listeners before we begin. Don't forget to download the enhanced PDF containing supporting material for this title from your audiobook provider.
Forward by A.S. Dulat. It all began as a joke, or so it appeared at the time. Late one October evening in 2021, Sandeep Vaslekar, our friend from Mumbai, walked into our home. With him was Karan Sawhney. Not having met for a couple of years, we began by exchanging pleasantries before settling down to a glass of Merlot. Vaslekar had barely taken his first sip when he burst into sudden laughter. "What's tickled you, Chief?" I asked. Chief is my moniker for him. Vaslekar continued to laugh. Finally, he said, "There is a group of shrinks in New York who are going to discuss your book, The Spy Chronicles, next month." I too was amused when I heard this. "How do you know?" "They are part of a book club, Bloomsbury, that discusses a different book every month," Vaslekar explained. "One of the guys, a bearded fellow called Chuck, wanted me to join in the debate." I had first met Vaslekar, author, strategic thinker, peacemaker, through a colleague in Mumbai in 1994 when I was seeking a way forward in Kashmir. People in Mumbai, including some prominent businessmen, showed interest in Kashmir in those days, more than elsewhere. In 1995, Vaslekar was to lead a fact-finding delegation which included, among others, Rahul Singh, Teesta Setalvad, Karan Sawhney, a couple of doctors, and an academician. They would meet with Kashmiri separatist leaders in Srinagar and bring us information in Delhi, where any crumb was more than useful. Vaslekar's initial focus was South Asia, and during this time he developed many contacts in Pakistan. Interestingly, his friend Abdul Sattar, then Foreign Minister of Pakistan, reached out to Vaslekar to seek his advice in dealing with India prior to the Agra summit. Since 2002, Vaslekar has spread his wings, enlarging the compass of his work. It was while he was serving as a senior fellow at the Centre for the Resolution of Intractable Conflict in Oxford that he met Chuck. In 2016, Vaslekar was in Delhi to follow up with his publishers, HarperCollins, on his book, A World Without War, which brought him to our place. And in 2021, it was his offer to get General Durrani and me to join in the Shrink's discussion on the Spy Chronicles, moderated by Neil K. Aggarwal, that led to this book on the psychology of war and peace, which has virtually turned out to be the Spy Chronicles Part 2, once again pointing to a way forward between India and Pakistan. Perhaps a fantasy, but always on our minds since history has put us side by side. I have known and engaged with General Sahib for some years now, but it has been a fascinating interaction with Neil. One can lie to the world, but not to oneself, and to a psychiatrist, even less.
Introduction. If you ask A.S. Dulat and Asad Durrani how they got into the intelligence field, they will tell you that it was by accident. Accident also characterizes how we three, General Asad Durrani, former chief of the ISI,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?